ADAMS is an online system created by WADA and used by athletes across all sports. It's a safe, secure platform which stores information such as your whereabouts, your athlete biological passport, any TUEs you may have, and your testing history. The International Registered Testing Pool, or IRTP, is a group of international players who have been selected by the ITIA to submit whereabouts in ADAMS. Once you receive your letter notifying you that you've been included in the IRTP, you'll receive your login details from the ITIA. You can access ADAMS through the Athlete Central app or the website. For your first time logging in, please use the website. You will then be asked to complete the two-factor authentication. When that is completed, you will then be able to access the Athlete Central app. When submitting whereabouts, there are 4 main things that you need to include: a 60-minute time slot, overnight accommodation, in-competition entries, and regular activities. Your 60-minute time slot is an hour of the day that you can be located for testing at a nominated address. 60-minute time slot can be between 5 AM and 11 PM. We understand that plans may change, and you can update your 60-minute time slot up to a minute before the start. So you should do this using the Athlete Central app. You can also use the ADAMS website. Overnight accommodation is the address of where you'll be staying that evening. In-competition entries are for when you're competing in tournaments. Regular activities include anything you do regularly, for example, training, work, or study. When submitting whereabouts, please bear in mind travel arrangements, the days at tournament hotels leading up to competitions, and how long you will be at that event. When you are out of competition, for example, when you're at home, when you're on holiday, in the days leading up to a tournament, once you exit a tournament, and pre-season, you will need to include a 60-minute time slot, an overnight accommodation, and any regular activities. Remember that when you are at a tournament hotel before the competition starts, this is classed as an out-of-competition entry, and you are therefore required to provide a 60-minute time slot and an overnight accommodation. For in-competition periods, you are only required to provide the name of the tournament. The first day of your in-competition period will be the first day of the draw that you are competing in. This may be a couple of days before your first match. The end of your in-competition entry should be the day of the finals. Once you exit the tournament, you can then update. At the start of the quarter, you might not have your tournament schedule for the 3 months. However, please provide as much information as possible and update when this changes. Travel entries are required for when you're not available for testing for extended periods of time. For example, if you have an all-day flight and can't provide a 60-minute time slot between 5 AM and 11 PM, or you're travelling overnight and can't provide an overnight accommodation. There are 2 types of whereabouts failures. The first is a missed test. This is where the doping control officer has been unable to locate you at your nominated address during your 60-minute time slot. The second is a filing failure. This is where your whereabouts has been found to have been incomplete or inaccurate. 3 whereabouts failures in a 12-month period can lead to an anti-doping rule violation, and this can be a suspension of up to 2 years. If for any reason you're unable to update through the app or the website, you can also use the SMS function, and in emergencies, email the anti-doping inbox.